Why, hello everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, very well, and that you are ready to talk about this. The FBI's San Juan field office is seeking to identify potential victims of the OmegaPro multi-level marketing program, which was the subject of a recent indictment. So I thought we would talk about what is OmegaPro and spread the word to help out the FBI. Let's get right into it.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
OmegaPro launched in 2018 and registered in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, marketed itself as a leading platform for Forex and cryptocurrency trading. It claimed to offer investors access to over 200 assets and guaranteed returns of 200 to 400% within 16 months through a proprietary AI-driven trading algorithm. Operating as a multi-level marketing MLM scheme, it incentivized recruitment, promising profits for referring new investors. Headquartered in Dubai, OmegaPro targeted regions like Colombia, Nigeria, and Japan, leveraging lavish events and celebrity endorsements to attract investors. The platform ceased operations in July 2023, leaving investors unable to withdraw funds. OmegaPro is accused of running a $4 billion ponzi scheme using new investor funds to pay earlier ones, with no evidence of legitimate trading. Financial regulators in France, Spain, Belgium, Argentina, and the UK issued warnings, citing unauthorized securities offerings and unrealistic return promises. The company allegedly knocked investor accounts, blamed a cyber attack for withdrawal issues, and redirected funds to a new entity, Go Global, without resolving investor losses. OmegaPro used high-profile footballers to lend credibility, misleading investors about its legitimacy. Turkish authorities suspect ties to OneCoin, another $4 billion crypto fraud, indicating potential money laundering. Investors report significant losses and inability to withdraw funds. One stated, "I invested $1,000. All my money was deleted in an hour without warning, without a margin call, which is unusual." Another investor from Afghanistan said, "I invested in OmegaPro on February 2022. The maturity period should have completed on June 2023. However, I cannot get my funds back as of today, September 20th, 2023. OmegaPro now seems as scam fraud to me." Complaints highlight a confusing platform interface and unresponsive customer service. Customer service at OmegaPro broker can be slow and unresponsive, leaving traders frustrated. A Pakistani investor noted, "They stated that they suffered a hack, then indicated that the return would be in the third quarter, and they have not complied. They continued to evade their responsibility." Early investors like Arturo claim to have cashed out substantial amounts, creating an illusion of legitimacy. A 2020 Quora post described OmegaPro as a legit and sustainable company run by proven entrepreneurs, though this lacks corroboration and predates widespread scam allegations. Negative reviews dominate, with investors reporting losses, deception, and frustration, while early positive claims appear tied to the scheme's initial payouts. Key figures in this scam include Andreas, and I'm going to say all these names wrong, I'm sorry, Sazazaks, aka Omri Evsi, co-founder, arrested in Turkey in July 2024, accused of orchestrating the $4 billion scam. Mike Sims and Delaware Singh, co-founders operating from Dubai, currently at large. Juan Carlos Reynoso, Latin American manager, arrested in Mexico in March 2023. Robert Velce, co-founder, arrested in Istanbul in summer of 2024. Celebrity endorsements included footballers Ronaldinho, Luis Figo, Iker Casillas, Vinicius Jr., Roberto Carlos, Fernando Hierro, and Carlos Puyol promoted OmegaPro at events, enhancing its credibility. The company is registered as OmegaPro Limited in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but it's a letterbox company with no physical presence. It's linked to OmegaPro Services Limited in the UK via hidden website code, and OMP Money Limited, an e-money firm, though their roles are unclear. alleged ties to OneCoin, as I stated before, which is also a $4 billion crypto scam, and that also suggests a connection to broader criminal networks. Claimed collaboration with Hacker House, a UK cybersecurity firm, to address a supposed cyber attack, though this is likely a cover for the scam's collapse. Paris prosecutors opened an investigation in 2024 after 2,000 French victims filed complaints for fraud, breach of trust, and deceptive practices, with losses estimated at hundreds of millions of euros. Argentina's CNV issued a cease and desist order in March 2022 for unauthorized securities offerings. Class action proceedings are underway in France, and investigations are active in Congo and Myanmar. They were blacklisted by France's AMF in 2020, Spain's CNMV in 2020, Belgium's FSMA, and the UK's FCA for unauthorized operations and unrealistic gain promises. Concurrent investigations in Nigeria and South Africa followed its aggressive marketing in 2022. There's no evidence of bankruptcy filings, but OmegaPro's collapse left investors with frozen funds and no recourse. Turkish police seized 32 cold wallets and tracked $106 million in transactions, but most funds remain unrecovered due to offshore accounts. The platform's transfer of accounts to Broker Group Limited in 2023 appears to be a stalling tactic with no funds returned. 2 Congo officials were arrested in April 2022 for OmegaPro related activities. So as you can see, it's a really great company and everyone should join it today. So as I stated at the beginning of this video, on July 1st, 2025, there was a bulletin put up by the FBI from the San Juan field office, and they're seeking to identify potential victims of the OmegaPro MLM scheme. The FBI believes the scheme primarily targeted victims between the time frame of 2018 and 2023. If you have suffered losses as a result of OmegaPro or have information relevant to this investigation, please fill out the short form that is linked in my description down below. If you know of someone else, so if you're an advocate out there, another anti-MLM YouTuber, or maybe you're just watching and you have a friend that you know did this, and they suffered losses as a result of OmegaPro, please encourage them to come watch this video and to complete the form themselves. All identities of the victims will be kept confidential by the FBI, so you don't have to worry about that, but I do ask that you fill out the form if you have suffered losses or know someone who has an OmegaPro. Behind MLM did a great job of covering this. Let's go check that out. So Oz starts off this article by telling you what I just told you, but then it gets fun. OmegaPro was an MLM crypto ponzi run by co-founders Andreas, Mike, and Diluar. Here they are here. OmegaPro collapsed in November 2022, after which Sixax and Sing went into hiding. Sixax was arrested in Turkey on July 10th, 2024. Other than $160 million in stolen OmegaPro investor funds tracked across his seized devices, there have been no further updates. Sing remains at large. Sing's last reported whereabouts were Spain. However, specifics remain unconfirmed. Sims, also known as Michael Shannon Sims, is a U.S. national residing in Florida. Details of the U.S. federal investigation into OmegaPro have yet to be made public, but Sims settled SAEG Ponzi fraud charges brought by the CFTC for $250,000 in late 2024. Another possible indictment is Eric Worre. We love Eric here, a U.S. national and well-known MLM figure who I have covered on my channel before. I actually did a video talking about how he was being seen in Dubai, and that was suspicious. Now you know why. But here he is giving 2 thumbs up to financial fraud. Worre, already disgraced over his promotion of the related The Trader's Domain Ponzi scheme, OmegaPro is suspected of funneling stolen investor funds into the Trader's Domain through Mike Sims, signed on as OmegaPro's official strategic coach in May 2022. And Eric Worre is known as the MLM coach to get. Worse still, Worre gaslit OmegaPro victims in a shameful public response to backlash after OmegaPro collapsed. After Go Global collapsed, executives Nadar Pordeliju and AK Khalil launched a Go Global reboot. Worre was, of course, the face of the Go Global's reboot launch. Worre and his wife Marina still appear prominently on Go Global's website, as you can see right here. They're known as the power couple. As of May 2025, SimilarWeb was tracking just about 4,300 monthly Go Global website visits. The last post on Go Global's official Facebook page is dated February 6, 2025. U.S. federal investigations into fraud have no specific timeline. Pending further updates on U.S. OmegaPro criminal charges, we'll keep you posted, as will I. So make sure you subscribe. I know I'm cringe. I do it on purpose. So it will be very interesting to see if Eric Worre ends up arrested as well. I mean, imagine if my next update on Eric Worre is that he's been arrested by the FBI. That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? And that is what is going on with OmegaPro. Again, the link is in my description down below to fill out the form if you were affected by this. Please do take this opportunity to let the FBI know that you were a victim. If you know somebody who was affected by this, send them this video. Send them the link. Tell them to fill out the form. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Stay skeptical and stay safe out there, and I'll see you all really soon with another one. I love all your faces. Bye!
Queen of Karma.